Hello and welcome to Gaia GPS. This is where we come and pull out tarot and oracle cards for the astro transits in the week ahead. I am Mimi and I'm here with Maya Kana.
Hello, everyone.
And we are diving into a much simpler energetic week, a much simpler, lighter feeling this week. We only actually have the lunar transits that we're going to be working through this week. And we're actually starting with the moon shifting into Aquarius tonight. And I said on my horoscope, I was like, I feel like this moon in Aquarius, even though Aquarius is an air sign, it's going to feel like a cool glass of water. And it's funny because Aquarius is the water bearer. Even though it is an air sign, which can get confusing, it is the water bearer. So here comes the rain to cleanse us after any of the emotional upheavals that have come through with this big full moon energy. Now, I do want to mention that with this moon in Aquarius, we have a wide grand trine in air. So the wide means that it's not going to be ever like the points are exact, but it's close enough that these energies are interacting. Grand trine in air really stimulates our mental facilities. So you may get very talkative this week. You may get very in your mind this week, and that's fine. But the cards are very interesting, what I have. The other thing with the moon in Aquarius is vibrations. So you may find yourself, especially after clearing out, I feel like that full moon was a really big clear out for us. You may find yourself really receiving a lot more stimulation from vibrations outside of yourself, just because it was created. You know, we clear out and then it's like, oh, hey, the universe is a vacuum. It's like places to fill in. I think that this is actually one of the most important cards for this transit of the moon in Aquarius. I have green Tara, start delegating. It says, ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything yourself. So I feel like calling on angelic support, calling on energies, Tara, ascended masters, to help you deal with any of these things that you're taking in, because some of them may feel heavy. Like, that's the thing. Just because this major heavy astro was over doesn't mean that everybody's suddenly light. You really do have to practice awareness around what energies that you're going to be around. What I love about Tara as well is Tara is definitely a protective energy. I actually have a Tara statue by my bed, and she has like her hand up as in like no fear kind of energy. And so I'm kind of feeling that with this green Tara energy. But you may have to call on her if those energies, the vibrations that you're tuning into, like I said, Aquarius is very vibrational in nature. If they're starting to feel heavy, if you're starting to feel that suppression energy, cultivate that awareness and be like, oh wait, I'm receiving something that's not mine. It's a little bit heavy. I have to say what's been very interesting. I've been on this twin path, and through it, up times, down times. And through some of those harder times, I've been like, what am I going through? And I tried to do all these things that used to work for me to help me raise my vibrations and feel better. And I wasn't feeling better. And it was when I realized that I was feeling my twin stuff and then started supporting his energetic clearing, that I suddenly was able to rise through those harder times where I was like, oh, I can't do this. We need to practice that awareness and clearing these energies, recognizing when they are ours and when they're not. So my thing is always like, clear the energies, do my thing, and if it doesn't start feeling better, realize that it may be somebody else's. And that's a good time, like I said, to call in the support, call in Tara, or Kalina. Melnar has me working with El Moria, and that's been very helpful for me. He comes in and like clears everything away. But call on those energies, call on the angels, call on Archangel Michael to help you clear anything that may be heavy. Now, I want to read you, final card is from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, and I have the Metal King, but he's the Mental King, because it's a very mental energy, and I have him in reverse. And so, listen to this, because this matches the message so perfectly. Be mindful of codependency and enmeshment with the Metal King. I keep saying the Mental King. The Metal King comes to you. He's inviting you to address how overwhelmed you may be around other people. You pick up their feelings like a sponge, You feel like you need to heal them so that you feel better. Get grounded, be clear about your boundaries, and restrain yourself when you feel like jumping in to help without being asked. So this is saying, like, really be vigilant over these next few days with this moon in Aquarius of these energies that are outside of yourself. You know, stay in receptive mode, but notice, especially if you feel this suppressive energy, that's the time to cultivate that awareness, so that you can throw off any of those heavy energies that are feeling a little bit intense for you. And like I said, Green Tara. To me, this is the most important card. The card of no fear, but also like, okay, get some help in releasing this energy. Maya?
Hello, everybody. Yes, so moon into Aquarius. This is definitely going to bring energy to our social relationships for sure, and all the cards reflected that. You know, because Aquarius is about friendships and Aquarius is about groups. And it's like, wow, first of all, how are you all doing, right? Like we all are moving through this, you know, full moon and Capricorn energy. And it just brought up, I think, a lot for a lot of people. It made us more aware of what we really need and want for our vision of the future. But it may also have made us aware of what stands in the way, and in some cases, maybe possibly, some things that stand in the way. They may be two things. One are mental constructs, which really came through in Mimi's message. It may also be that some of the things that stand in the way from us really achieving our highest purpose sometimes can be how we relate to groups, how we relate to other people. And this shift of the moon in Aquarius is going to give us the chance to really transform things that are limiting us from achieving our vision, particularly belief systems and relationships with others. And so the reason why I'm saying this is because the first card that I have today is the culmination of vision card, the culmination of our vision. And you know, the message of this card is, first of all, saying our vision is trying to come into fruition at this particular time. And we're right at like that culmination point. And this card is a reminder that the manifestation process can be a long process, right? And right when we're about to culminate our vision, our beliefs still matter. And so this card is saying, like, make sure that the thoughts in your mind and your beliefs are still aligned with your big picture vision. And Aquarius is about the future. It will anyway, it can bring an energy to the future and to the vision and to the big picture, which I think is wonderful, especially for anybody who may have found themselves being a little bit wrapped up in the problems of this moment, you know, right here, right now. It's like, oh, I'm pulled down, you know, maybe with this Pluto energy. And this is like, no. Focus on the big vision for your life, on the beautiful vision of what you want to achieve. And then make sure that your thoughts are aligned with that vision. That's magic. That is seriously like where the magic lies for all of us. So that's my first card today. I also got for a lesson card, patience. Patience. So, you know, this can be a quick moving energy, especially with our thoughts. It's like, wow, here's my vision. Okay, where is it? Like, where is it? Like, I need it now. I want it now. Patience. It is true that everything happens in divine timing. And I have found on my own journey that a lot of times I think that I am ready for something and it's like, oh no, I am like totally ready. And then it starts to come and I get like really scared and I'm like, whoa, actually I have more clearing to do before I am ready for that opportunity, etc. So just know that things are not actually behind. Like you are not behind schedule. You are not ahead of schedule. You are on schedule with the divine plan. It's impossible not to be. So have a little patience knowing that this may be a lesson that comes up for you during this transit between sort of now, Sunday, and Wednesday time. This could be a lesson at play. Now, I also got here from the Osho Zen Tarot deck, I got the Miser card, and this is saying that we all have gifts and treasures within ourselves. Yes, you do. Like, we all have them. And this is like, are you maybe possibly keeping those, right? Like, are you maybe keeping those from the world? Are you maybe hiding your gifts? And these may be actually literal things as well that you have that you're not sharing with others, or it could be more esoteric things. But anyway, the guidance of this card is like, share what you have with others. And I think that's very, very true to the moon in Aquarius. It's like, let ourselves connect with other people in the healthy ways. Yes, people who are supportive of our larger vision, but share what you have, share your gifts, use this opportunity to connect with the group, to connect with your friends, and to have that experience of connection make you stronger. So if there's something that you've been kind of hoarding away, whether it's an energy or a physical thing or a gift that you've been hiding, this moon transit into Aquarius is supporting you in coming out of hiding and in sharing those wonderful energies and gifts with the world. So yeah, that's my take on the moon into Aquarius.
Awesome. I like it. I love it. And I feel like it flows so perfectly into the moon into Pisces. So we have the moon shifting into Pisces on Wednesday. Now, the background I want to mention with the moon in Pisces is we actually are going to have a yod with this energy. And yods are the finger of God, the finger of faith. It's like a finger of fate. I keep making other words up when I'm meaning to say other words. So I think Spirit's like kind of talking through me, wants you to hear these other things. The finger of faith, or the finger of fate is what it's really known as. So we have in this yod pointing at Neptune and the moon together. We have Jupiter in Libra working the self-love process, and we have Mercury in Leo feeding into this energy. So Mercury in Leo is also working us deeper into love. So it's like this love energy that's feeding into Neptune. And that is what I feel like these energies are all about. I actually have the Two of Cups, which is a card of love. I have Hathor, receptivity energy. Again, another receptivity. We have to be receptive. And I have the Lady of the Mirror, reflection energy. And so what I'm getting, I have more cards too, which I'll show you. But what I'm getting from these energies is, can you love what's showing up? Can you express love for what's showing up in your life? There's a few different things I love. There's a sign that says, until further notice, celebrate everything. Celebrate everything with love. Or like, it's even facing anything in your life like, yes, yes to this. Yes, I chose this. Yes, I love this. Yes, this is working for me. How am I going to work with it? Being a cooperative component for these energies. I'm really feeling that with this energy. Pisces moon invites the flow. Pisces moon gets us into kind of like dharmic, karmic energy, where it's karmic is not bad. Some people hear karmic and they're like, is it bad? It's not bad or good. It's like, it's just a lesson that needs to finish, a lesson that needs to be done. So Pisces takes us into these energies. And with this yod, you know, pointing right there at Neptune and the moon, there may be some old stuff that's coming up. Celebrate that. Until further notice, celebrate it. Yes, and your way through it. Love yourself through it. Keep choosing this energy of love. We talked about that a lot, or I talked about that a lot this week with the full moon energy, was rising from fear to love. So it's taking that love and utilizing. And I love this because the card, the Lady of the Mirror, is reflection, non-judgment. And by the way, it's card 44. So it's mirrored in there. And here we have this mirror. And then I have this in reverse. I have comparison in reverse. So what we want to see is we want to look at things through the eyes of love. We want to be centered in our hearts, centered in that energy to move through this Pisces moon. Because otherwise we may get caught into those energies of comparison or judgment, stuck in, oh, well, this person's doing it this way, maybe I should do it this way, and it pulls us up our path. No. See what they're doing, notice the reflection in it, but don't compare yourself to it. Just notice, okay, where is the, what's the word? Where is the, not reflection, where is the, not the vibration, I can't get the word, come in. Where is the resonance? There's that word. Where is the resonance happening? What is my lesson in this? And this will help you deepen into your own personal wholeness. I have the maturity card. So it's going to be through seeing through the eyes of love rather than comparison that we come into wholeness, a form of wholeness. And again, I really feel this very strongly. Like, things may get a little bit interesting. Pisces is always interesting. Like, Pisces is totally the unknown. Pisces is the space of miracles. So unknown, surrender to miracles is definitely going to be supportive for you in this energy. But at one point, it might be like, what's really happening? Doesn't matter. Look at it through the eyes of love. Be receptive. Yes, and universe. Yes, I believe in this. I believe in my miracles. I believe in these things. It may even be in regards to those miracles Maya was talking about. And then practice, like, okay, where's my part in this? Non-judgment, the reflection, energy. The final two cards that I have with this are transformation and trust. Trust this process. This is happening for you. This is benefiting you. This is wrapping up some old stuff. Transformation. It is letting go of the old. You know, and it's so strong with this Neptune energy, this Neptune retrograde energy. What may be coming up really may be some past life stuff for people. I have had past life stuff profusely in my dreams and coming up in my consciousness and even coming up in my readings. So trust this process, trust what's unfolding, but keep looking at it with love. Don't get into that place like, oh, this happened to me. This happened for me, as much as you can, reaching into that, and that's going to take you into this next level. Trust this process. See this little girl like flying into the pink clouds? Good things. Trust this process. Maya?
Moon into Pisces. I really have to confess that I love the Pisces energy the best. And I really just do. It is just so just so heart-centered and so intuitive. And coming from the Aquarius energy, I think this will feel possibly like a move from the mind into the heart. And we really can't complain about that. Or that's how maybe we might want it to feel, right? Or that's what I would encourage you to flow with. It's like, okay, maybe we're getting in touch with our beliefs and our higher mind here on Monday, Tuesday, on Wednesday. We gotta move it back into the heart. Now, I also wanted to say something about the yads, because this has been on my mind all day, actually. I have a couple yads in my chart, so I know this energy pretty well. And my sense about the yad is that it's really a triangle. Like, it's really like shaped like this, right? And it's like pointing you towards your destiny in this lifetime. But what's kind of funny about the yad is it basically will give you 3 options for how you're gonna show up. And one of them is true to this lifetime, and 2 of them may be true to past lives. So this energy can sort of thrust you into your destiny for this lifetime. And you might feel that a little bit, like the need to break away from things from your past or patterns from your past on Wednesday here when the moon moves into Pisces, and like align with your chosen destiny for this lifetime. If you know your North Node, this is a really good time to follow it. All times are good times, but this is like a really good time to follow it. So anyway, so my first card that I got for today is the Hope and Happiness card. So listen, you know, Pisces, it's going to make you feel. Most likely you're going to feel, and you're going to have intuition coming up. So what are you going to choose to feel in this energy? Pisces is about dreams, but it's about dreams in a little bit of a different way than that Aquarius energy, which is like your big picture vision, right? Pisces is the dream of your heart. At least that's what it is to me. Like, and this is saying that, you know, we need to get in touch with those dreams that transcend even this lifetime, like the dream of our soul, and feel hope and feel happiness. And yes, know that no matter what comes up, if you do have past life memories or patterns coming up, like, know that those are things to celebrate, because they are part of who you are now and who you are as a soul, and they are meaningful experiences for you. And even though we can sometimes move through a lot of emotional healing when the moon is in Pisces, that doesn't mean that we can't maintain the energy of hope or choose to feel happy about what is coming forth. I actually think when the moon is in Pisces, like I said, I am a little bit biased because I just love the energy so much. To me, it makes it easier to feel a pure love vibration. It makes it easier to feel anything. So whatever you kind of set your sights on or whatever you choose emotionally will probably expand. This energy is also going to make many, many people more intuitive than they might normally be. And this as well is a gift, okay? And the way to access your intuition when the moon is in Pisces is to sort of just like gently open your mind and let kind of the daydreams come in. I do have the daydream card here. And sometimes we can be very critical of our mental process. We live in a time period right now that tells us that we should trust our logical mind above our intuitive mind. When the moon is in Pisces, you might think that you're just daydreaming, that your mind is just wandering. But while that's happening, you probably are getting messages from spirit. Like sometimes just letting yourself daydream can be the best way to remember your past lives or get the messages that you need. So Pisces can get a bad reputation sometimes for being a little bit escapist in energy. And I would definitely say don't escape in unhealthy ways. You know, Pisces can bring up energies of addiction and things like that. And I would not encourage that. However, with the moon moving into Pisces, it's okay to let your mind escape a little bit from the rigors of this world. It's okay to let yourself daydream. It's okay if you spend the beginning of the week connecting with groups and friendships. It's okay to stay home and go within and take a bath or just have a quiet day, you know, where you're just allowing your mind to wander a little bit and taking it a little bit slower. That could be a very good thing. I also got for the lesson card of Moon into Pisces, I got service. And the mantra of this card is, I feel good when I help others. This to me says, if the moon moves into Pisces, let's say maybe you're not feeling that good, one way to feel better would be to connect with someone else and to help uplift them. And we all need this heart-centered support with other people. We all do. These are very intense times, as you all know, and you cannot get through it alone. And this week is going to be reminding you of that. All these energies are sort of saying, you know, love yourself, but let yourself be supported. And when you help somebody else, when you show up in service to somebody else, oftentimes you benefit just as much as the other person. So if you feel yourself getting kind of stuck midweek, know that just by doing something little, like even just by opening the door for someone, you know, at work or when you're going into Starbucks or whatever, like those little things, they'll light up the Pisces in your heart and you'll feel good. You will. So that, yeah, that's my take on the moon moving into Pisces.
I love that, lighting up the Pisces in your heart. This, by the way, was all spoken by a Pisces moon. So she's got that energy like downloaded. She knows that. All right, so our final transit of this week is the moon shifting into Aries, and the moon will be shifting into Aries on Friday afternoon, like around a little bit before 5 p.m. Pacific time. And so it's interesting because moon in Aries is usually a go-getter. Moon in Aries is usually a great time to start something new. Aries, you know, begins the zodiac again, the zodiac cycle again. But this Aries cycle, I'm not really getting that actually. I'm getting kind of more of a slower pace. I have slowing down. I have the resting tree, which is card 22, by the way. Patience, stillness, suis, bodies of water. And so that's kind of the energy that I'm getting with this Aries. You know, we do have the moon waning. So when the moon is waxing, she's like building into her power. And when the moon begins to wane, she's coming within. Now, with this moon in Aries, we are going to go through feeling a bit of that cardinal cross energy as those energies are going to, you know, the moon in Aries is going to activate it. We're going to have some of that pulling. But to me, it's like this pulling is asking us not to get pulled outside of ourselves, but to rather find our center. And that's really the message of this slowing down card. In the book, Osho talks about the turtle carries his home on his back. He's always there, centered, present with himself. This abundance card, I didn't get it so much as the abundance, but like, look at him, this grounded energy. And this card is talking about like having your spiritual connection and then having your earthly connection and really being balanced and grounded in them. And I have the conditioning card in reverse. Conditioning and the burden. So this to me is saying, like, if you're getting stuck in the shoulds, if you're getting stuck in other people's, you should do this, you should do that, getting pulled outside of your center, it's not going to feel so good. So this is really your opportunity. Slow down, get grounded and present with yourself. Again, not necessarily supreme Aries energy, because Aries is like, I want to go, I want to move. Let your movement be this deeper movement, a deeper grounding, a deeper connection. I really do feel like also with the Sulis card that I have, the bodies of water, so spend time near water, such as a lake, river, ocean, recharge your batteries. I do feel like we're getting centered to maybe clear out some more. This moon transit through Aries may reactivate some of these lessons that we had moving through this full moon energy. Like I said last week, and I was saying again, I feel like we had a lot of like ting, ting, ting moments to kind of like release some of the energies before we hit the full moon, because otherwise it would have just been too much. And I think that this may be another moment, you know, after the fact, it's like, okay, here, let's let a little bit of the energy out. So really ground and be present, but notice if you're getting pulled out of your center, if you're feeling a little bit off, you may be giving too much credence to other people's energies, to other people's thoughts about what you should do. And that's that burden card, getting stuck in those shoulds. So that's a call to come back into yourself. Like I said, the resting tree, patience, illness. I had this great, I actually did this yesterday. I haven't meaning to mention it. Now is a good time. Yesterday, as of recording this, yesterday was the 8th, so it was the day of the full moon. I just did this beautiful grounding meditation, just, you know, thinking myself, and I was watching the roots, my roots go into the earth, and I watched my roots go into the earth and connect with my solar plexus energy, and the roots were like golden in color. And I'm kind of feeling that with this resting tree, hard to show without the glare, but like grounding in those roots and letting them get golden in color, like really knowing they're there supporting you, rooting you, helping you through anything. I don't think that this Aries moon will be any more intense than anything else. I just think it's going to be another little release point. But I do think that that's going to be that lesson to stay centered. And if you do feel other people's stuff, we're still in Cancer. You know, we're finishing up Cancer. So it's those energies, like it gets watery. And water doesn't really have boundaries. So if you're feeling other people's stuff, this may be a call to do some clearing with water to help you regain your own personal center. And I know Maya speaks very highly of salt baths. I personally like to go to the ocean as much as I can. I'm lucky enough to live close enough. But when I can't go, I also really like the salt baths. But use water, drinking water, being near the water, being in the water to help you if you start at all to feel burdened or overwhelmed through this Aries moon energy. This is how you want to feel. I'm cool, I'm chill, I'm easy, I'm grounded, I'm connected. Here's working with me. If you're not feeling that, then do a little clearing and then see if you can get back to that centered, easy place. Maya?
I do love the salt baths. I really do love them. You know what it is? It's just a tiny ocean. Like, it's just a tiny ocean that you can make at home. But the real ocean, Mimi, I'm a little jelly of you. The real ocean, though, like, this is, you know, a gift from the universe for our purification. We are literally surrounded by the salt water, one of the best cleansers. So yeah, in the water if you can. So, you know, the Aries energy, it has a lot of different faces. There are many different faces of Aries. One of the things that it can bring up is the energy of new beginnings and a little bit of impulsiveness. Like, yep, I'm gonna do it now. Like, we're gonna do it right now. Like, okay, so yeah, okay, so the first card that I have today is the Observer card. I think we're being called upon to be a mature manifestation of the Aries energy here, okay? So are you ready to take action? Some people might be. It might be that time to take that, you know, impulsive action. But many of us are going to find that we need to, like, stand back and we need to observe ourselves and observe our environment. And that's very, very healthy way to be as well, to be very mindful. And like, you might actually, sometimes this happens to me where I just wake up and I'm just so excited and I feel part of myself like running in front of me, like already doing the things that I want to do for the day. It's a really an interesting feeling. So if that happens to you, that's kind of an Aries experience. Know that you might have to take a deep breath, like get centered. You can observe yourself running in front of yourself, but you don't have to align with it and start doing all of those things. Like really be operating from the higher mind, observing what's going on, maybe in your regular mind. Like that detached observance can be a very good energy as the moon moves into Aries. I also got this lovely card here, the Innocence card. And Aries is also the child, you know, in a good way, I think, a very excitable child. And all of us within ourselves, we are innocent in our truth. Like the highest truth is that we are all doing the very best that we can with the challenges that the universe has given us. And if this brings up like maybe a parent-child dynamic, you know, like the parent voice in your mind that's like, hey, you know, what are you doing over there? You shouldn't be doing that. Like you broke a rule or whatever. No, this is like, don't make yourself feel guilty. You are guiltless in your truth. Embrace your innocence. Embrace your purity. Embrace your inner child. You know, let yourself have a little bit of fun. Aries loves to play and to be adventurous, and that's a good thing. I did get the Be Spontaneous card as well, and I think this is a favorable energy for kind of going with an impulse that's really pure and childlike and true, you know. So maybe Friday night comes, the moon moves into Aries, and you connect with an old childhood friend and they say, you know what, let's just go to like this concert that's downtown tonight, even though we don't have tickets. It might actually be a good time to do something like that, you know, something spontaneous that uplifts your energy and increases your vibration. Now, one last card though. So, you know, Aries is also about, it's about like conquering challenges, or that's a component of Aries. So I think this moon moving into Aries, it might for some people bring up some challenges in our lives for our growth, of course, always for our growth, right? The lesson card that I got today was the Adversity card. And the mantra of this card is challenges are the best way to learn. And we all, like, if you didn't know that already, you're learning that now. Like, we're all learning that the intense energies grow us and help us learn the most. Challenges are the best way to learn. So if a challenge comes into you, true to Aries style here, towards the end of the week, know that that is like a lesson. And so take the observant role. So it's like, okay, whoa, a challenge in my life. Okay, let me take a step back here and observe what's actually happening. Maybe take a moment to know this is not happening to me because I did something bad, right? The innocence card, like I'm innocent here. Universe is trying to show me something. I was given this challenge so that I can learn, and then do your best to align with whatever the lesson is and to overcome the challenges in a new way. Knowing that if you're in a time of adversity, it is not because you did something wrong. It's because you did something right and you're ready to grow and you're ready to overcome these challenges that might have held you down before. So I think this is a good time. I think that, you know, Aries is the beginning, Aries is first, and it might not be clear exactly what this moon cycle is bringing in for you, but just know that if you slow down and you take that moment to observe yourself and where you're at and consider your lessons, you will be on the right path as the moon continues to move in our benefit.
I think that's my favorite thing that you just, I think it's my favorite thing you've ever said, maybe not ever, but like I really like it. It's not because you did something wrong, it's because you did something right. And I like that, along with what I like to say, that the universe isn't happening to you. Like these things aren't happening to you, these things are happening for you. So I like that combination of those energies for this. This challenge is coming up because you did something right and you're ready to face it. Yes, because the challenges are going to happen regardless. So we might as well face them with that kind of energy and trust the unfolding. Because like I say, doing the astro every day, I really do see how the good astro and the tougher astro is working us deeper into ourselves. It really is happening all for us. And I have to say, there's like a miracle happening right here as this is happening. Lala and Mahalo, they have an interesting relationship, and they can sometimes get very testy about being in each other's space. You know, Lala is like a tiger, and Mahalo's a lion, and both can be very individual in their natures. They are sitting here face to face with like not even like a half of a foot between them, just like staring at each other. My little bookends right here. I actually took a picture of it because I'm like, wow, look at this little energy thing that's happening right here. So just had to put that out there. I'm like, wow, this is gonna be a good week. Lion and the lamb, or the lion and the tiger, are hanging out face to face, equals right now. Very nice.
Yay! You know what? That to me is representative of my favorite thing ever, which is the harmonious union of the masculine and feminine. And before we started today, Mimi and I were briefly chatting about how each of her kitties holds a different frequency, a different polarity, one the masculine, one the feminine. And I was saying to Mimi, I believe that your cats, what they are playing out in front of you, it may be the universe's way of showing you the current status of the masculine feminine, okay? So I'm taking this as a very, very auspicious sign for all who are trying to achieve true love. Maybe you've reached the point this week where you can finally look the other polarity in the eyes and be in a harmonious energy together after this week of lessons about yourself and others and how to harmonize those two things. We're ready to come together finally in divine union. Are you guys ready? How could you not be ready? You're ready. The cats are showing us the way.
Cats are showing us right here. And like I said, I'll post that picture because it's so cute. They're just like sitting here face to face. I'm like, oh, this is a miracle. This is beautiful. Coming into equals, and that's why I brought it up because I was like, wow, Maya said this literally right before we started. So here it is happening right in front of us. All right, so this is it for the week. Maya, do you have any specials or anything that you want to announce?
Well, kind of. Yes, my lovely twin flame Zaire, he is offering wonderful and very grounded and emotionally supportive life coaching. And anybody who books a session with him this month is going to be entered into win a free Skype reading with both of us, which is, I think, very good for anybody who's coming into union or who, you know, wants some twin flame frequencies to lighten up their world. So that's what I have going on this week.
That's pretty awesome. I want to win that. All right, I don't have any specials, but you can always book a reading at GaiaBlooming.com. And we will be back next week then. But go check out Zaire. He's lovely, and he's representing the masculine in a beautiful, divine way. And I've been loving his stuff that he's been putting out. So you can find him. Your page, Maya and Zaire. It's if you go onto Gaia Blooming's Facebook page, one of the pages that we've liked is the Maya Zaire page, and so you can type in Maya and Zaire. But if you don't know how to spell Zaire, go click that so you can find their page and see some of the awesome work that they have both been putting out. It's been very supportive for me personally. So, all right, so that is it for this week. Like I said, I think in general an easier week. So be in your flow, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.
Namaste.